Hello everybody, this is Mr. Rojan making a violin video for you today. Today we're working on the basic bow hold. What we've been working on so far is just working with the doggy. You have your inside lines over here, the tip of your thumb has a dot, and you have a little outlined thumb for your bumpy thumb. I just need to grab a pencil here. Hang on a second. So I want you to have two things with you. I want you to have your bow, and I also want you to have a pencil. The pencil I'm going to be using right now is an octagonal pencil. It's got some edges and it's got some flat parts. It's not entirely a round pencil. This is a really good kind to use for practicing. So if you have one like that, please go get it and bring it to your practice area now. So you need your bow and that pencil. I'd like you to make your doggy. And your doggy should have this beautiful space right here with the ears up in the air. I'd like for the thumb to be touching these joints right here where I've drawn the line for you. And your doggy can see the bone or the bow, and it can swim, and it can sniff, and it can chomp, 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 chomp. And every time you chomp, I want that thumb to remain bumpy and to hit those inside lines. Okay, so not here. It's like your doggy's got some little buck teeth, just like that, almost like a beaver. Okay, the ears are up in the air, and you chomp, chomp, chomp. Then I'd like you to put the bone on those two lines right there, attach the thumb, and there you go. That's your most basic bow hold. Put the pinky curved on top, and the index finger can drape over. Okay, I do mine so that the tip of the pencil is in the air. Once again, we can set up the doggy, chomp, chomp, sniff, and swim to the bone. Okay, set the pencil on those two inside lines, attach the thumb to one of the sides of the pencil, and that's what you have. I call these the huggers. They hug on the inside. They're also the chompers. Pinky is up there at top. Index finger comes over at about this joint right here. We can hold the pencil and stir the pot with big circles. When we're doing big circles, always keep the tip of the pencil straight up. Stir the other way. And now tiny little Fruit Loops. Fruit Loops the other way. And now we're going to go down to the floor and tap twice on the floor and do a helicopter liftoff, which is like that, and go back down and tap twice and helicopter liftoff, helicopter landing, tap twice and stop to do an inspection. Your mom, dad can help you with your inspection of your bumpy thumb. Some space between the fingers, but remember they do pretty much hug. Pinky curved on top and a beautiful little hole right there. You should pretty much be able to see right through it, okay? So once you've practiced that and you think it's pretty good, you can switch to the bow. I prefer that you don't go directly to the bow until maybe a day or two before class next week. Now, you're not allowed to enter the class next week until you have a beautiful bow hold. So I'd like you to be standing in front at the door before you enter class with your bow hold just over your left shoulder. So we're going to do that process right now. Of course, you'll be led into class, but I really want to be able to see your good position first. So I'm holding the bow in my left hand with the frog, this is called the frog, right in front of me. We have the screw, the frog, the stick, the hair, and the tip. Tip is there. Okay, so here's my doggy, and when I make the doggy, I put the thumb right underneath the silver. This is inspired by Dr. Shinichi Suzuki, a Japanese violinist who created a lot of great teaching tools. Now, eventually we'll bring the thumb over here, but for now, the thumb comes underneath the silver, not all the way underneath, and then we chomp over, pinky on top, index finger over. So, once again, we have the bow towards us, okay, the hair is towards the floor, we've got the frog here, and the tip is going to my left. The tip is going to my left. Okay, I've got my doggy. Remember, the tip of the thumb is touching there. I've got some buck teeth. Thumb, come over with the huggers. You can bite pretty deeply. You don't bite that much, but if you're coming to about here, that's okay. To there, okay. There is okay. Any higher, not so good. The pinky is the only guy that stays up top, and the index finger will come over. Notice that my pinky is above the little eyelet here. It's not over the silver. And then I'd like you to rest your bow on your left shoulder. So again, you can see the circle, you can see the curved pinky, the huggers, and the index finger. Okay, you can see how that works. It's on my left shoulder. This way, the shoulder is holding up the bow, and the hand is not at this point. We're just getting the shape. I'd like you to practice that many times, okay? Now, as for the angle here, I'd like you to not drop your elbow. Look, if I stand over here, maybe you can see it. I'd like you to not drop your elbow. When it's out, your elbow should be like a square. 1 side, 2 sides, 3 sides, 4 sides. Okay? You can go to the tip and to the frog. There's the circle, tip, frog. Now at this point you can hold out the bow, keeping the tip straight up, do some circles. And stir the other way. Stir. Okay, and now you can do some tiny little Fruit Loops in the other direction, always inspecting. Tap twice on the floor for a helicopter liftoff, helicopter landing, helicopter liftoff, and helicopter landing. Okay, now we're going to do one more. I'll stand this way so you can do with me. Hair to the ceiling so you can inspect your bumpy thumb, that the thumb is right on top of the silver. These are windshield wipers. Hair to the floor. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. And when you're this way, you can check your pinky that is beautifully on the stick. And you've got your huggers and you've got your index finger. So that's the beginning bow hold. First, you do just with the doggy, then with the octagonal pencil, and then you can transition to the bow when mom or dad think that you're ready. And when you think you're ready. Because after all, this is all about you and your own education. So be picky about your form. Have fun practicing your bow games and your twinkle and all that. And I'll see you in class. Thanks for watching.